All right, Gilbert. The Cowboys, are they all the way back? Have they rescued your thoughts on who they were, especially after a 43-20 victory over the LA Rams? Dak Prescott, 25 of 31, 304, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. The run game still hasn't gotten going. Tony Pollard, 12 for 53. CeeDee Lamb, hey, he was complaining, but right before he played the Chargers, he's like, hey,
Yep.
we need to do something about this offense. 12 receptions, 158, 2 touchdowns. Brandon Cooks, 3 for 49, 1 touchdown. Ferguson, 4 for 47, 1 touchdown. So, Gilbert, are they all the way back?
They are not all the way back. And this is one of the few times that I'm not going to overreact, Fernando, because I can't forget about that beatdown in Santa Clara where, that was the last time the 49ers won a game, surprisingly. But the Cowboys got spanked against the 49ers. And you go and beat, no offense to Rams fans and Chargers fans, but kind of so-so teams in LA, you handle business. But every year your goal is to want to win a Super Bowl, not to lose in the division around every single year, which they still feel that way. Maybe they'll win a wild card game. I'm not even sure about that, Fernando. But yeah, you handle business. That's pretty cool. But I was impressed that they're finally getting CeeDee Lamb more involved. That started against the Chargers. You got Tony Pollard also going. Yeah. Okay, you're being a realist. I like that. Shout out to Chile. He's the guy or the person from Chile. Yeah. So they usually beat the so-so teams. I'll be nice today and say so-so teams. And that's why I picked the Cowboys to beat the Rams, because the Rams have been so-so. Shout out to the people on House of Horns, because last time they got on me for being very critical. And the Rams are just fading fast. I think that's the bigger spotlight here, Fernando. The Rams started out pretty good, but all the everything we were concerned about heading into the season, no talent. They have talent. I shouldn't say no talent. Some talent and a lot of inexperience. It's a very different group. And when you see the 0-3 against the 49ers, Eagles, and the Cowboys 0-4 against the Bengals were banged up early, but you're not in the big boy leagues just yet, Rams. And they beat the Seahawks, and everybody started believing. I'm like, this team can't score points right now. I don't know what's going on with Sean McVay. Matthew Stafford has a bad hip injury that's starting to hurt him. The thumb injury might keep him out for another month. Who knows? It's bad.
By the way, it was reported by Sarah Bishop. Sean McVay said Matthew Stafford has a UCL sprain in his right thumb and is day-to-day.
Yeah, he's probably gonna go on IR soon, and he might need it because the hip injury too has been really bad. The Cowboys did lose to the Cardinals. The Rams only good game in the past month, which that tells you how funny. Cardinal. Yeah, the Cardinals, but it's been so, like, when they're not playing the Cardinals, the Rams, since that game against the Colts, they've been pretty bad, and that's when the hip injury happened. So, I don't like to brag too much because somebody called the Cowboys route in Dallas against the Rams, but
my hermana from Chile. There's nothing wrong with sacrificing 4 years to win a Super Bowl. I mean, honestly, like, I understand, like, that's the narrative that I told Gilbert. As soon as they won the Super Bowl, Gilbert and I were sitting in that press box, and I told them this was what it was all about. It was worth it. Everything that they did, all the contracts that they backtracked, all the contracts, I'm like, they could suck for the next 10 years, but this is what it mattered. What mattered? Two things: winning a Super Bowl in LA and being the first team to win a Super Bowl in LA. Yeah. So they did that. They were able to do it. I'm sure Les Snead is not like, I'm sure, yes, part of him is like, crap, we need to be more competitive. We can't get dog railed by the Cowboys the way we did.
Yeah.
But at the same, or dog walked. But at the same time, like, hey, you look over, you're like, crap, there's a Lombardi sitting right there.
Yeah.
We didn't do too bad. We've done it before. So, by the way, Vic, if you are listening, Vic, the producer, cut out that Selena Gomez clip so we can throw it on Instagram.
Oh,
Let's
see if she's interested. And like,
hey, you never know.
Wait, worked for Travis Kelce. He shot his shot. You never know.
That's what I'm saying. But definitely. But I'm telling you, Gilbert, like, this weekend is going to be an interesting. Moving on, or just last thing on the Rams. The Rams, like I said, they're building something. Whether Sean McVay is going to be there or not, I don't know. Whether Matthew Stafford is on his last legs, like, I think he's at that point now where it's like, dude, like, you spend probably as much time with your family as you do in an ice bath. That's what happens when you get beat up. I mean, we all saw it, and I know obviously it's a show, but in Ted Lasso, like, how many hours didn't Roy Kent spend, like, working on his body, trying to get
Yeah.
up there. And at one point, you just notice you're like, crap, I'm just not the same speed that I once was. So this team is moving. And now the interesting part is if they trade Aaron Donald to a contender, like if I'm Philly, dude, and I know obviously with the contract and
Yeah, they have
everything,
plenty at and the
I
defensive
know,
line.
but can you imagine? No, I'm kidding. I don't think they would go get him. But like, if I'm a contending team, like maybe the Jacksonville Jaguars or maybe the
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys should call the Rams and be like, "Hey, we just dog walked you, but what's up with Aaron Donald? Like, we'll give you our next two number twos."
But I feel
Um,
like the only team he will say yeah to for a trade, I don't think he has a no trade clause, is the Steelers, and they're kind of bad. So I don't think he's going to do it.
you
He's from
think you
Pittsburgh.
would? You think he'd do it to the Steelers?
Well,
I think.
because he's
I think he'd
from
do it to
there, but also he's probably going to look at that roster and be like, Kenny Pickett plays over there. I probably have no chance. I'm better off here taking my money with the LA Rams and living in beautiful California. So
That's true, but I think like if he got traded to like, well, the Chiefs are out. Like I'm saying, like Jacksonville, the Cowboys. Like I feel like those two
yeah,
teams.
but you got to
he
keep
would
in mind
really-
that this guy's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he's
Yeah,
already thinking about retirement a long time ago. Like he's only going to do it to go home. That's my
yeah.
guess. But and then one
And
more
I
thing.
think it would have to be like in soccer where the family stays in LA and
Oh, yeah.
he's the only one.
You've been watching too much David Beckham there.
No. That's how a lot of players do. Like a
Yeah.
lot of players will just go by themselves, leave
Yeah.
their family back home. Like
Yeah, it's like
there was a
3 or
Chargers
4 months.
coach-
Yeah.
There was a Chargers. Gus Bradley. Gus Bradley, I remember, had left his family in Jacksonville while his kids went to school and did all and finished kind of their year out there. And he came out to the Chargers by himself. So sometimes coaches do it, sometimes players do it. So I thought maybe Aaron Donald would leave the family there and then go out.
Yeah.
And but I mean, obviously being from your family a
Yeah,
long
you're
time.
right. He's playing right now. He's active. Like he
Yeah.
might as well win more one ring and then leave. But 2 more points before we change, Fernando. That comment said 4 years. I could see the Rams winning next year. So that'd be 2 bad years and win next year. Like they're well on track, making it worth it for that Super Bowl. And one more thing on the Cowboys, for them to prove something and have me back on their bandwagon, beat the Eagles next week, and then we'll talk.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Speaking of all this, I feel like Aaron Donald was like literally pointing. Remember how he pointed at his hand? Like I feel like he as soon as he got his ring, he snapped like Thanos. And then like Jalen Ramsey goes away, and then
Right? Like it's
Leonard Floyd goes away, Von Miller goes away, and like all of a sudden he's like, "Crap! Like what is
it worth
this?"
it? At what cost?
Yeah, at what cost? But last thing on the Cowboys, I'm with you. What did I say about the Dolphins? If the Dolphins wanted to be taken, and you said it, Gilbert, the Dolphins want to be taken seriously, they needed to beat the Eagles a couple of weeks. Hey, here you go. And you know what sucks? And I'm sure people are going to be posting this all over. Skip Bayless already said Eagles were coming for you. So you know if that dude is freaking looking at you and saying like,
man.
hey, we're coming for you, like that's gonna be plastered all over. Thea real quick said, I love what the Eagles are doing. I'm desperately needed a Halabi Eagles assistant GM to be our charged GM. Pretty God that will happen.
Scouting candidates already. Jeez.
Damn, you guys are quick. No, I mean Howie Roseman, we all know is aggressive, but he's smart at the same time. Like he knows. I'm telling you, Howie Roseman is not done. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't make another trade within the next 24 hours to really solidify. Man, I'm telling you, I know that they've just beat the Chiefs, but Patrick Surtain on the Eagles would really change life for them, especially with the Cowboys coming in and you get Patrick Surtain, like that would be crazy.
Don't tell Broncos fan that, because every time either I tweet or I write about Surtain being traded, they get upset. Like he's not going anywhere. He's gonna stay with us. Stop it. And they get really upset about that.
Then the 49ers, then they do the 49ers. We'll see about that. I'm no Trevon Diggs. That makes it a whole lot interesting. Hey, by the way, Julio Jones caught a touchdown pass, a clutch touchdown pass yesterday for the Eagles. So
by the way,
that's what I was telling you.
Roseman made another trade like an hour ago too, so he's always making deals, and he signed
exactly.
Jones. Like,
he sent somebody to the Falcons. So I mean,
regardless, he's always looking to make something.
Oh yeah, that phone's gonna be ringing off the hook for the next week, but.